Hello. So today's live is very exciting because somewhere it's been 3 months since the cohort started in June, and the next 2 months, which is October and November, these cohort will go off campus as part of their industry exposure. It added to this live. Okay, I see one of them has joined. We have Srijani here. Hello. Oh, lovely. We have Hari as well. Hi, Hari.
Hello.
I'm just waiting for Shreya to also join. Okay, there she is. Okay, so we have all the three of them. I was just telling everyone that it's been 3 months, you are at campus. Now it's time to fly off the nest, right? Like somewhere all of you are going to go out there, uh, this whole industry exposure phase. So, okay, before we dive into the conversation, I want you all to give a glimpse to the people who are watching this. What is industry exposure? See, one thing, there are buzzwords today like internships, right? Or that is what people think is one way of doing, getting acquainted with the industry that you're interested in. But we at CoVersity are kind of expanding. I know you guys are making plans and looking at what are the other ways you can really get in touch with the industry. So let's look at those aspects, the plans that you're making. Like, yes, internship is one aspect. What are your other plans? So maybe Srijani, give an introduction in terms of what you're working, your domain, and then maybe share the plans that you have.
Yeah, as you rightly mentioned that we're just not limiting ourselves to just internship. So I'm also doing an internship. So I am planning to do an internship in a bakery, like an intern, like doing work with the chefs and all of that. So I'll see how that will go. So I'm still in search to find the internship. And then apart from internship, I would like to do it for a month or so. And then after the next month, I would like to travel. Seriously, Uh, travel a lot and do different stuff, explore different places. There are few always few stuff which I always wanted to do in my bucket list and explore. So like I always want to visit Aarohi to see how they how they live in that place. So I want to visit that, and like theater and dance is something that I really cherish and enjoy doing. So I also wanted to try out that, go out and see how actually people are doing it and meet a lot of people. And also I want to visit lot of different type of professions that can come under like food industry. Like bakery is not the only way that I can make my profession in, right? So there are a lot of other stuff like cloud kitchen, food researchers, food scientists, and a lot of other known and unknown professions in food industry. So I also wanted to visit and meet different people in that. So that's been my plan.
Lovely. Yes, yes, we will dive into your plans shortly. But now maybe Shreya, you want to share what are your plans and start with the domain you're kind of working on.
Yeah, I am currently deep diving into user experience and user interface design. So I am planning to do an internship. The main thing is my internship, and then on the side, I also want to kind of meet different people, like attend few meetups or events that are happening related to design. And I also kind of volunteer in boutiques. I'm always someone who has been interested in fashion and that industry, but I haven't explored much at all. So as an exposure, I want to just go to boutiques and then work along with the boutiques just as a volunteer, and then see how it unfolds for me. So yeah, these are the few things that I'm trying to do. So attend meetups, events, and volunteer at different places.
Oh, love. Lovely. So I'm hearing internships, volunteering opportunities, attending road shows, events, traveling to new places and seeing how they operate, meeting new people. Oh my God, that's already 5 or 6 on the list. Okay, let's look at what Hari has in store for us. Hari, you want to share your plans. What have you thought of for your the next 2 months? What are the things Hari has thought of?
What I what I have thought about is go deep dive into my mechanics and wiring, and explore the various types of bikes, the spare parts, and every other stuff. And I want to do a voluntary, not voluntary, means I want to meet a club also, a bikers club,
Okay.
and antique bikers club. That's it.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I'm just seeing you all around bikes for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So somewhere all of us have some idea that, okay, it's going to be next 2 months. You're looking at different aspects. It could be internship, or it could be volunteering. It could be events. It could be meeting people. It could be some of you are just looking at just kind of assisting a few people in the domain. Uh, Now let's go to the big, the elephant in the room, as they say, the whole portfolio, right? I have been observing you guys for the last 2 weeks now, and oh my God, what a frenzy it has been at the campus. All of you like hustling and pushing each other and giving advices and like pulling your hair literally to some extent. I have been a witness to all that, and I can see the Shreya and Srijani smile and laugh over it. Maybe let's reflect on that aspect. Like, what has been this roller coaster journey of making your portfolio, right? Before you dive into that, because at CoVersity, we say your work speaks for you. So there's no certificate given by CoVersity. It's these youth who are documenting, rigorous documenting, intense documenting of all the work they've been doing on a daily basis. And now with the portfolio, it's like just getting all of that together. And one is your professional aspect, but one is also who am I as an individual. And I guess that is where I've seen them like really go deeper and kind of see how they want to express and portray themselves. So maybe Sriya, you want to start with your portfolio journey.
Yeah, my portfolio journey has been a complete roller coaster. A lot of ups and downs. More than ups, there were many downs, I would say. I started with picking up a complicated way to present my portfolio, which was making a website. But I thought, as being a UI designer, I should be able to present myself in that way, and I felt that's more feasible, or that's more relevant to the person that I am. So that I picked that. And now all the challenges came at once at me. It's like now I have to look at the all documentations I've seen throughout various weeks that I've been working, and the client projects. It's like basically recap of my whole journey of designing, and it also in a way helped me to know at what stage I am in currently, and what are the things that I know, and what are the things that I need to develop, be it in skills or be it in a personal way. And yeah, it's been very challenging to try figure out the formats and how to do, what to put in, what not to put in, and the most of all, how do I present myself? It's not just the work that I do; it's also me as a person that I have to present to the world. Um, but also my friends, the cohort buddies, and my guides have helped me a lot. They each one of us had different perspective. One of us shared about us, how we cope up with these struggles, and one of us has shared what were our learning ways or objectives. So it's like each one of us are picking things from one another and combining and adding our own views. So it was really helpful that all of us are at the same pace, like not pace, but at the same level. We are all doing portfolio, so we would like every day we used to discuss, and then we used to do that. And the guides also have really helped us to giving us a bigger picture of the whole thing. So yeah, at the end, it was good. I mean, I was satisfied with what the outcome that I've put on. Yeah, and also a
Right,
lot
right.
of learnings too, like very new things, being professional, and many things.
Hmm. Yeah, I just want to take one moment with you, Sriya, in the sense, I remember you having this dilemma that you are in the designing field, right? And you were like, do I pick up a ready-made template for my website or do I create my own? And I remember you kind of having that tussle in your head, and then ultimately you decided that no, I'm going to build it from scratch so that it demonstrates the kind of person that I am. So you want to kind of just give a glimpse of that whole episode?
Yeah, that initially I had that confusion. Like the one of the incident that got me thinking about this or that was when I was looking for the inspiration in online for portfolios that were already made by different designers, and this was really amazing, and I got a lot of inspiration. And out
Mm,
of that, I came across one portfolio which was used by a designer that I follow on Instagram. So after seeing that she has used the template for her portfolio, somehow I felt that she, being a UI designer, how can she use a template? And obviously that was her personal choice. I'm not judging for that, but I questioned myself.
mm,
That was the most important thing. I questioned if I want to do that or not, and then a lot of confusion happened within me. Like if I use a template, yes, it's gonna be beautiful, like visually very appealing, and the viewer want to know more or at least look more
mm,
into my portfolio. But it felt like kind of cheating. It's like I am in that field, and if I use something else, it's also in a way I can say that using resources that are available. But
mm,
more than that, it felt like cheating, or like I literally say it felt like cheating. Then I had a lot of confusion. That's when I spoke to different designers. I spoke to
mm,
designers and my guides on what do they think about it. Each one has different views. One of few of them said that yeah, you'll be authentic to yourself if I do a portfolio from scratch. I'll present myself. And few of them had you're using resources, and it's also important how visually it looks. So that's when people want to look more and
mm,
then know about you also. So it's like again, I had all kind of views from different people, and one of the suggestion that I also got was like look into the industry, what the people who are hiring are looking for. Are they looking for something visually appealing, or are they looking at the proper content that you are presenting? So after listening to all of these things, after analyzing, somehow I still strongly felt that I should make a portfolio from scratch, all by myself without using any template. And I also felt that I should mention that in my portfolio, saying that I've made this from scratch, which shares about my work and me. And that's what I did. I've mentioned in my portfolio and created my portfolio. And now I'm sharing it to different people. It's going on like that.
right, right. Yeah, no rights or wrongs about the whole situation, but somewhere this process I've seen that you guys are, how do I put it? You are kind of forming your own value system, right? Like this is a decision you took for yourself. This nothing right or wrong, but you wanted it this way. So that whole dilemma or confusion led you to kind of go deeper and see what is it that Shreya as a person wants. Lovely. Okay, so maybe we now move to Hari. Hari, you want to share how you made your portfolio? What were your thoughts? How were you feeling when you were making it?
First of all, when before starting my portfolio, I didn't have a confidence on myself. I got
Ah,
scared of how to make it on my own. What are the reasons I asked my dad. I asked my dad's help couple of times. My mom's help couple of times. Later, when I saw my Eden's portfolio, then I got the confidence on myself that I should make a portfolio like this. Two or three times errors came, but finally I decided to make a own portfolio on my own. But finally I got my portfolio on Word, which was perfect. And second, I made another portfolio on Canva that came good. That's the
Okay.
whole.
You brought in a very important point, which is also an observation I had, because 7 of you were working on portfolio at the same time. I remember, you would go to each other, see what the other person is doing, draw some ideas from there, contribute your feedback to what they've been doing. So I saw a lot of dynamism and lot of pushing, pulling, and I also remember all of you presented the portfolio to guides, to people of the community, and you were getting feedback from there. So there was a lot of evolution that was happening. Like, you started somewhere, and I know all of you were in one zone when you started, because you had to do it by yourself. Nobody was going to, kind of give a ready-made portfolio for you. So which brings me to Sri Jani. Yes, how was your experience? I knew sometimes I could see a very frustrated Sri Jani. So yes, give us all the details.
Yeah, it was fine. Like, now that I completed it, it's very amazing and all of that. But during that time, though, obviously it was like so much drama going on. Yeah, the challenging part was writing about me. Like, I could literally write a whole autobiography sometimes, and sometimes I have no words to talk about myself. So it was like that: what to put, what not to put, what if the thing that, what if the thing this, what beliefs should I share about me, and all of that. It almost took like 1.5 hours to 2 hours to just write that one page of about me. So it was just not about writing and putting. It was all at the same time reflecting back about me, questioning my values, questioning my beliefs, and all of that. So that part, though, after, like, obviously, like, with help of ChatGPT for sure, and little help from other people's portfolio, I was able to make the, about me and other brief intros. It was like, it was after I completed everything, it was like looking so good the way I presented everything, and also knowing that I'm the one who wrote it. It feels so good.
Yeah. Tell us something. Yeah, this whole chat GPT, I know there was one round of debate around that. Some were like staunchly, refusing, no, I'll write my own. Some were saying, okay, let's use chat GPT. Give some details about that. What did you use? And I know you wrote it by yourself first and used it to kind of, enhance the whole tone, and maybe share some details about
Yeah,
that.
I did the both ways with ChatGPT. First, I asked it, so it gave me a framework. So with that framework, I added my touch to it and rewrite the whole thing. So that kind of helped me. And also sometimes after writing, I felt it was too long, and I didn't know what it really helped me, shorten it or maybe elaborate it more. And all of that, and also at the same time, professional communication, like we were also writing drafts for the emails to send along with the portfolio, but I was not really sure what format I should be using when I'm drafting a professional mail. So that time ChatGPT really came handy.
Yes. I'm reminded of one thing, like somewhere during the whole course of making your portfolio, all of you were very comfortable, confident about, putting your professional side. I mean, that came in easy. I mean, it wasn't very easy, but somewhere you guys were there. But the moment we as guides, came in and expanded the whole picture, saying you also have to show a side of your personal side, right? Who are you as an individual? What are you bringing to the table as a person? And that I felt like the moment we had that discussion, it was like a bomb on all of you. Like, oh my God, now what? So, so you guys want to share how it felt? How was that whole process of, kind of churning from within to see what I have to kind of showcase of my personality? And how was it once you had written that about me, or that personal side of you was kind of displayed? How did it feel? Maybe those aspects. Any of you could go as first.
Yeah, it was challenging. Like maybe because we were like more documenting or more aware of the professional part of our lives. We had some of the other reflection review happening on that, but not so much on our personal self when it comes to showcasing it to others. But
Mm.
for myself, I know a few things about me, what I do, what I not, and etc. But when it comes to what I want to showcase to people who are reading my portfolio, it was a huge challenge to tackle with. And uh, it also made me realize that uh, it's a when I have to kind of share about me, and it's not just the journey that I've had after starting to pursue my passion. It's also before it,
Mm.
which also helped me to gain a lot of skills and traits, different things that helped me in professional and also personally in the journey of my passion to profession journey.
Mm.
And yeah, it's been a really difficult journey, but as we already shared, looking at each other, like looking at each other's portfolio and talking with the guides helped a lot.
Right, right. Srinjani, you want to bring in the aspect where I remember that, sometimes you guys were really hesitant, like about, when there was a mention that also showcase your failures, where you were kind of not your best self, or something that new you tried. And I remember you guys would say, really, why do we need to say about that? About you visiting Bangalore for a baker's fest. At first, a bit hesitant, and then I saw you opening up, and so yeah, share about that maybe.
Uh, yeah, the first initial thoughts were maybe like what I thought, at least that portfolio shows only my work, just
Mhm.
my work, like few photos of all the cakes and the biscuits I did, and they'll get to know, and they give me. So that's what I have see. But when the point that you can also show your failures, so that's when it got me thinking that that's actually true. Like yeah, you succeed and all of that, but before you succeed there are a lot of failures that I'll go through, and all of that. And it's like they say, right, like if you're climbing a Mount Everest, it doesn't mean you have to go till there. And like the person who stopped at the summit and the person who stopped at middle, or it's a huge difference, right? They gather a lot of experience through it. That's what I felt, and that's when it's like, okay, fine, I'll keep as Keepika always mentioned that like you don't know what will click the employer, like the hiring person's mind. Like it could be the failures, that the way I kept my failures, or the way I presented myself, the way I showed that I'm willing to learn anything and everything. So that's when I felt, okay, fine, I'll put everything so that something will click for the person who is seeing my portfolio.
Everything important as per you.
Yes.
Right, right. Okay. So we've kind of looked at your plans, your portfolios. Now let's go to the whole going out there and contacting and reaching out to people. I want to start with Hari now. Hari, tell me what all you've done, how you're trying to reach people, getting contacts from dad, talking to other guides. tell us everything about how you're getting your contacts. How are you making your contacts and networks?
I didn't understand once. Can you tell it to me? I forgotten.
Hari, I'm asking, how are you? Like now you made your portfolio, right?
Yes.
Can you share? You went visited some bike garages, workshops to talk to them about your internship. You want to talk about that?
Mm. So first, when I went to the bike garage and the spare parts, and first literally I was shocked and I didn't have words to talk also. I just explored the market, and the only thing is when I saw each and every spare part, tears started rolling down from my eyes, and I was thinking that after from my childhood, I always had this dream to watch this, but finally, after some years, it got fulfilled. That's the whole plan of mine.
Super, super. So you kind of spoken to the people about your you working with them, or you kind of connecting with them.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I didn't speak to them, working with them, but I just spoke to each person that I am interested in this field, like that only I told, not
oh,
anything else I didn't speak.
lovely, lovely. Yeah, I remember Shreya having this big question. Like, I'm reaching out to people, but how do I follow up? They're not responding. So, Shreya, you want to share that episode?
Yeah, like making a portfolio was one stage, and then reaching out to people and sharing that portfolio was entirely a different thing and much more challenging than making a portfolio. So
Mm.
yeah, initially I got few contacts and then started off like, okay, let's start somewhere. It was my thought, and I just started, and then I didn't know how to follow up. Like, what would be the frequency? Like, should I just follow 1 or 2 days? Like, would it make them feel like I'm so desperate? Or if I don't follow up so soon, like, will they think that I'm not so interested in that opportunity? Or how should I follow? Like, should I be very polite and then asking, like, if you can, if you have time, can you please? Like that? Or should I be like more okay, like please give me that or please do. I didn't know, like there were loads of questions. But one thing, like okay, one thing I did was like try different ways. Like for one person, I was who I didn't know. I'm not in touch with a lot. I'm like more polite, more nice, like that. And with the person that I know a little bit, I was like a little informal and being casual.
Mm.
And this time no guys helped me. They were like you are going to help yourself. Like I don't say that they don't help me. They helped me by saying that I can help myself. So that's what they literally said. And yeah, I'm not sure what I've learned from it yet. But I've tried different ways of doing.
Yeah.
That's what I did. And also among one of the main things that I've learned out of this reaching out to people is that not to completely expect something. It's like
Mm.
I just do my work and then things come in written. Sometimes they don't. And it's not up to me to completely decide that I should get something from them. Or and also you as you mentioned it did make sense that I shouldn't be taking decisions from their side. Like many times I was hesitating to share my portfolio or about me to people, thinking that maybe I'm not enough for this role. I don't have enough skills. But I also
Mm.
wanted to portray myself as okay, I don't have complete skills, but I can learn. I can learn the
Mm.
skills which are required. I can work towards learning, and I'm passionate about it. But also somewhere in the back of my head, it's like maybe you're not enough for this role. There are also many competitors who knows many things and all. Why will you get? But then that really helped me a lot when you shared that. Don't decide from their side. Yeah, I should do my work, and then the decision is their part, not my part for now.
Absolutely.
That's so
Lovely.
I can totally relate to whatever she said.
Please share your
Yeah,
experience.
yeah. This whole contact, like the follow-up is one part, and getting contacts is also a big thing. And after this experience, I felt I can get contacts everywhere from anywhere from this place. Like we got a lot of contacts from our guides and community. We got a lot of contacts from LinkedIn, Indeed, and all of other secondary internship platforms, and few from our distant relatives, few from, like, in WhatsApp group we started asking. And I have went to some bakers fest that was happening. From there I could ask, and I could get more connections from there, so I started asking them. And I don't, and randomly I just typed for bakeries in Bangalore or something like that, and I got a list, and I started sending to all the possible bakers uh, I could find online. So it was nice that starting with, I hardly had any contacts, but eventually, like, I could get a lot of list of contacts, and then I started mailing. And at the starting also, I was so hesitant. As Ria rightly mentioned, the way I say, should I be more polite, less polite, and all of that. So, like, after typing every sentence, I kept on bugging Ria. Is this the right way? Is this like this? Is it okay? Is it not okay? Many times, seriously, many times, like, for every single and in fact I should thank her also, and not just her but other cohort buddies also, who kind of kept on giving me feedback on whatever I asked for. And yeah, at the starting, I like, these kind of things happen, but eventually I made like a strict format, and maybe little changes here and there, and started sharing. Now I got a little hang of it, I can say.
Very
All of you are
Also,
all have your networks of your own.
yeah. And also, one of the surprising things for me was that I didn't expect that people would even respond, or people. It was so surprising to see how kind people are. Like, we've just posted in our community group that we need some contact, some network if they can provide us with, and we have got loads of messages from different people saying that I know this person, I know that person. And even the designers that I've contacted with, even if they don't know, if they don't have any internship opportunity, they have referred to someone else. They have shared contacts. And it's true that when you ask, you get it. Like, whenever the guides keep saying this to us, it like, I like, okay, it may be true, may not be true, I don't know. But then after actually experiencing it, I feel, yeah, it is true. Like, if we ask to the world what we need, there are high chances that we are gonna get that, and people are really kind to share at times.
Thank you, Shreya, for bringing in that point, because I remember not just in the past, like always there would be this question from parents, like how would people get internships or, opportunities? And with having seen your journeys, like even for me, even I have come to believe that yes, people are kinder. The world is very opening, especially in this day and age. They want people who are driven, who are willing to learn, who have those requisite skills. So thank you for bringing in that point. We've covered a lot about our professional aspects, right? Our plans, our portfolio, networks. Let's go to the self development bit, because I feel that is the highlight for CoVersity, right? You are looking at your professional side, but there is a lot that you guys are churning every week to see how you're kind of evolving as a person. I know you have sessions along different topics where you discuss, you kind of work on it, and you see where you are standing with respect to those topics or those aspects. So yeah, you want to share in what all things you've been working on the self development aspect. Srijani, you want to start?
Yeah, like before, like, we have been doing these self-development sessions or looking about ourselves from the starting of CoVersity, of our journey. but during like this, like 2, 3, 4 weeks, we were kind of more focused on professional, ways, or the stuff that we need to be prepared with as a person, like me getting ready. So we started looking into different stuff like we could come up with, that we want to little discuss about, little reflect on, like fewer that we reflected on the ethics and values we have in professional part, and also sexual safety in workplaces. That was something we discussed recently. And apart from that, we were also talking about communication in a professional setting and communicating your thoughts properly. In majorly we discussed in English. So yeah, and much more to discuss, and we're all coming with the different topics. And it's like we are getting to know, it's like a group thing, so we all get to know different perspectives. And it's also about reflecting on your own beliefs, and also being accepting them the way they are.
Absolutely, absolutely. So just to kind of share with people who are watching this, these sessions, like, yes, there are guides and, but it isn't where they come, they teach, or they tell them, okay, this is what it is. The whole process is for them to kind of discuss between themselves, see where they are in that zone, right? Like, a very important aspect that we discussed last week was the whole aspect of sexual safety at workplaces, because many of them are going to offices, or doing internships for the first time. They'll be maybe away from the home. So how do I kind of make sure I'm safe, and especially in a workplace where you have very different dynamics, and there were no solutions at the end of it, but all of us discussed, and we each person had their own way of dealing with situations. And many a times I remember all of us also listening to what others were saying, and we were like, that could also be done. So maybe Shreya, you want to share in those aspects of how these processes where you get involved, nobody's telling you this is how it is. You are defining your own professional value system. What is it doing to you as a person?
So, yeah, first of all, sometimes it's like amazing and surprised mostly than amazing to know that there are different possibilities for anything that we face, and that we can only know by talking about it. Only when we started having discussions in these self-development sessions, we got to know the different perspectives of it, which at times it's all like mostly being aware. It's like that there are different options in front of you. So when you have different situations at different times, you're just that this can something that I can do more than me out of these sessions, more than me kind of coming to a conclusion that I can do this, I can do that. It was more like, okay, there are many possibilities for me to try out. That was the important thing that I have learned out of these things personally.
Right, right. Hari, you want to share some thoughts on how these sessions are helping you? What are they doing to Hari as a person?
Means this is the first time I am attending these all. Till now I didn't attend, but I'm just exploring these sessions.
Lovely. Lovely. I remember, I think somewhere we are kind of winding up, but and sometimes you are the ones who are asking for topics, and like we want to discuss this, we want to, kind of focus on this aspect. And one very interesting aspect for me was when the whole aspect of empathy. I mean, it's very difficult to imagine, why would you need empathy for your professional goals and stuff, right? But the whole session was so interesting, and so many new perspectives came in, wherein how empathy plays such a big role because you're working with people. And any of you want to share some bits from, because I felt that was a very unique aspect to touch upon. Like usually you wouldn't see anyone think of empathy like, yes, it is there, so what? So, but how did that session help you guys and reflect upon, what was the learnings from there?
Yeah, we are social beings, and as you said, like, we are surrounded by different people, and sometimes we show empathy a lot, knowingly or unknowingly. It's like in ourselves, like, we just keep doing it. And it's like when that session happened, we were more reflecting on how we do, and sometimes how we do it, but sometimes we don't. And how, like, that we go to our, we go through a whole lot of guilt trips that we were not empathetic towards someone, and all of that. It was nice reflecting back, and being aware, rather, just being aware that this could also happen and all. Yeah, that was nice.
Okay, lovely. I had a great time speaking to all of you, and it was wonderful recapping the whole last of 2 weeks.
True.
Uh, so thank you, and all the best. I mean, we are going to miss you, but we hope to see you guys soon with a lot of more updates as you go out there in the world and rock your way. Okay, then, thank you. Thanks to everyone who stayed with us. And we are coming back again next week with another set of cohort members where they share what all they've been up to. So stay tuned and we'll meet you next week. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Bye.